G'day everyone, Mark the Bearded Tech Skehan coming to you from Integrate 2023. I'm standing here with Noel, Denchfield, technical applications engineer, allegedly, so he says, of Sennheiser, Australia. Mate, thanks for joining us. We are standing here in front of possibly one of the most complete listening, streaming devices in this MobileConnect. Yeah, so let's talk about what this actually is to start with.
So it's basically a streaming device. Think of it like that, right? So when you look at the box, it's pretty nondescript, right? So you look at the box, it's got some ports on the back. There's 4 ports on there, 2 of which are Dante, and then one's for the streaming side of the network and the other's for the control network, right? And you can have multiple boxes dotted around for us, and if you feed them back through our manager system, which is basically a Linux-based server that we spin up, we can feed 800 physical devices, 400 physical devices with 800 streams into this management software.
So two streams
per unit. We can power each unit by standard 15 watt. We can go into it with signal via analog and out via analog or via Dante, AES67, whatever you want to do, right? Depending on what our clients' requirements are with their systems, control systems. So the manager is basically the backbone that controls all the devices, right? We can do all kinds of stuff with it. So we can do a couple of things. So if I go into this one here, you can see I can have it as an assisted listening, or I can have it with audience mic and assisted listening. So if I've got it on assisted listening, I have 2 audio streams that I can listen to.
So I'm a person that's needing some hearing support. We've got a scenario where we might have a town hall where you've got a big forum or something going on. You're setting this up with assisted listening. I'm sitting anywhere with hard of hearing. The process is I'm going to download the app, walk in, my headphones, and
away you go.
I've got the same privilege
We find it a lot with people that, because modern day, people with hearing aids these days, most of them are starting to come through now with hearing aids that are Bluetooth. So they pair them into their phone. The neck loop thing is kind of, and the T-coil is kind of going by the wayside these days. That's just reality.
Absolutely.
So people find it more comfortable. They can just get their mobile device, they can just scan an app or drop onto our network and see all the streams list up, and they can just go, I want to listen to that, and it just goes remotely straight to their ear.
Add to that, I mean, the whole copper loop concept, I mean, the cost prohibitive.
And also, if that fails, like the copper loop fails, like the cost of ripping all the ground up or whatever, and then having to relay that thing, that's big. So you can just drop these onto existing Wi-Fi systems. There are certain things that obviously we want you to adhere to make it a smooth transition onto that. But once it's on, then you've got the servers all spun up for a user experience. I mean, like, you've just jumped on this guy here. We just open this. This is just an iPod Touch. You can see I'm running a server here. So we've got a bunch of channels we've just got listed here, right? So I can just go, let's select this guy. And as a user with who's got, say, a slight deficiency of hearing, I can just move this dot around and I can EQ that sound to however I want. So if I'm losing a bit of top end, I can boost that, no problem. If it's general amplitude, I can lift it all up as well. And I can just do that. Because it's a unicast system as well, so if you change your one and my one, and I'm the second person coming in, we can EQ everything separately. Beautiful.
And low latency being unicast.
Exactly.
Super low latency. I know in a test we're getting smashed a little bit here on the network. When we could hear it there, and there was almost instantaneous, and that's one of the issues if you're doing some. If you're doing any of those like assisted listening process or even audience talkback too, how are we going to use that in that scenario?
So that was a new feature that we just added in, right? So what we do is that, like this one here, this audience mic, so I can turn my mobile device into a microphone. So I think if you're in I don't know, in a university, you're in a lecture hall, teacher down the front, or lecturers, blah blah blah, and then throws out some Q&A. Oh, Johnny at the back can literally get their mobile device. I can hit this sucker here. Oh, wrong one. That one there. I can just push, and I can talk. And you can hear it just coming out the speaker out there just quietly now in the background. I just let it go, and it follows the same sort of guise if you're going to pass the mic around the room. Yeah. Hence why you got this there. Yeah. So I hit that, and now someone else can come in and talk over the top. Yeah. First in, best dressed. So
the great thing about that is it keeps a meeting, a whole talk flowing as well, right?
Absolutely.
You're not running, because you have so many scenarios where you have a person running, or even some of those throwable microphones, but it really disrupts the flow of any sort of forum or conference or whatever.
Also hygienic as well.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Especially we just all come out of COVID, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're high on the. Hopefully, we're done now. Right, touch wood. But you're using your own device.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not having to pick stuff up and pass it around any longer. How good is that?
And what's cool, and I know my partner in crime, petecoman,
he's all about those, right?
He's all about these things here, these Dante endpoints. And the ability to, look, it brings in so much flexibility.
So we can take Dante into it and take Dante out of it. Most things are going onto a network of some description this day and age, right? And this is just another device that we could do with that. And we can just fully network everything. We can sit it across networks if we want to isolate between the streaming side and the control side of a network. We just run it on single cable mode here. We can pull the Dante, separate that off as well if you want to. Whatever you want to do. It's a real flexible product. If I just go into here, hang on, I'll just bring this guy up. We can even do things like, I'll cancel that. We can even do things like a bit about customization. We've got a good bit of duff beer going on here, but if you've got someone, a corporate organisation or even a school or whatever, they want to rechange the app of how it appears. So we can put our own logos on, we can change the colour scheme on the back there, and we can just upload that. We can put different messaging at the front end, or maybe on how to use it, where to find QR codes. Hell, you could even put it in and just say, there's a coffee app here if you want to get a discount at the coffee store for the day. Sure. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I think that applies to any, like that'd be appealing to any market. Being able to put your own brand in it. Like me from a K-12 perspective, I know a lot of my clients would do that and use that in their performance spaces or presentation spaces.
That's right.
A uni would use it, and also like a pub and club, if you had multiple streams, racing, two or three racing channels, and some free to air, and you can come and sit there.
I put one in a spin class not long ago.
Yeah, did you really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So someone doing a spin class with their headphones on.
Yeah, so they had headphones in, and it was all mainly because of the hygiene thing.
Yes.
Right. So they had their spin bikes, instead of having all the cables hanging down and things, they had everybody. I'm not exactly a health and fitness man, just by looking at me you can tell that, but everyone went in and they had their phone strapped to their arm.
They had
the QR code just on their bike,
and away they go.
And old matey was at the front giving it some large with his headset. No problem, they scanned it when it went.
That actually allows businesses, gyms, all sorts of stuff to be able to scale to much bigger class size and still get that engagement. No one's sitting there going, can't hear him, you need some speakers towards the back, or then you've got all sorts of feedback that always happens in a gym all the time. So look, this is a great product. I can see so many use cases.
There's loads.
And it's possibly the most complete. Not a lot of them have, actually if any, have the ability to stream and talk back.
Correct,
right?
that's right. Yeah. Many of them, there's obviously people out there that do Wi-Fi streaming, and there's obviously some out there that do maybe a talkback facility, but none of them are unified them.
Yes.
To what we have with this.
Yeah.
And that was just a free firmware update. We haven't charged anything. We don't license anything. We don't charge for the server. Basically, you just spin that up. You download that off our website. The bit you buy is the box. That's it.
So, and you can set this up for set and forget, or you can have an operator constantly changing things.
Absolutely.
One thing we haven't touched on is security.
Okay, so we can do a couple of things, right? So if I go into we'll open up this app here, right? So there's a couple of things we can do. We can hide the channel from appearing, much like what you do with an SSID, right?
Yes.
So you can only access it by scanning that QR code. We can change that QR code with a control system every time. So once the meeting, for example, is finished, you have a trigger like hang the call up, that will send a command out to the control system. Control system comes into this, regenerate and grab the new QR code image automatically, and it will kick everyone else off the stream who's previously been using it. In addition to this, we can add a PIN code, right? So if I go into this now and save, yes I do. So now if we go onto this little device here and we open up that Noel channel, you're getting in there, get rid of feedback and go back here. Oop, touching live demos, guys, and iPods. Gotta love it. Oh, it's not going back.
So
let me just reload the app.
So titanium will come in and out.
There we go. So Noel channel. I've got a padlock on there now. And I have to enter that pin in order to gain access to that stream.
Right, and that's really important if you come into a scenario like a courthouse, right? So we've done some low spill loops, and you've got to have all that security measure involved. This actually takes it to a whole nother level because you can control it.
Correct.
Yeah, people can't get up and get some more near.
No, that's right.
You've got to put the pin code in.
You can change it on the fly as well, right? Or you can get the control system to generate and change all this. Every time a change happens, it kicks the previous people off the stream.
Right.
Yeah? Every time you change it.
Yeah. So you've ticked all the boxes.
Absolutely.
It's a great product. If you want to find out more,
B16
integrate or Sennheiser.com. And for you that want to get involved, Sennheiser.
Well done.
Sennheiser.com. Come and check them out.